Hello, welcome to our HWA Rhode Island chapter meeting. It is November 18th. We're getting started a little late, but we do have 4 members here, and we will go through an agenda and talk about some future ideas and projects, and then upload this to our YouTube channel, HWA Rhode Island chapter, so that potential new members and our members that couldn't be here tonight can check out what we have planned. Okay, so everyone here has been in a meeting with each other before. I'm Christa Carmen. I am the very unofficial chair. No, we don't call him a chair anymore. The coordinator of the chapter. And yeah, I think, to be honest, we didn't have a plan for a huge agenda this month. The couple things that I did want to talk about, and then we can open it for anything that the 3 of you want to discuss, and just any other business with things that pop up as a result of this meeting. But I wanted to talk about another reading, which we kind of started to talk about offline a moment ago. Another reading, a potential holiday get together for the people that are in Rhode Island physically, and just kind of like ongoing efforts that we've been doing since we got up and running in I don't even remember now. April, May, March, April, May, one of those months. So first things first. Our reading last month was really wonderful. Did anyone have, I stepped in because we had somebody that was planning on participating and then wasn't able to. So I moderated and then stepped in. And then Stephen and Lauren were 2 of our 5 total participants. And I thought it went great, aside from the technical issues on my part in the beginning, but I thought it went wonderfully. Do you guys have any comments or things that you thought could have gone differently or better for next time?
I just loved it. I thought it was a riot. Everybody's writing was amazing. That's my 2 bits.
Yeah, I had fun and it was good practice. We read our own writing to ourselves when we're writing it, but it was good practice to read it for a group and to get practice doing that. And, if I'm going to hit it big someday, I need to keep doing it.
And we didn't have, it wasn't a super small turnout. I think at one point we had like 13, 14 people listening, again, because of the technical issues, we had people listening on sound stream, but I had not realized that you could only have like a max of 10 people on that. But then we had people on the YouTube page watching live. So, if you think about doing bookstore readings, even pre-COVID, a lot of times a good bookstore turnout was, 10 people, that's great. That's 10 people that might have never heard your work before and become a fan. So I guess I'm saying all that because I, for one, am totally up for doing if people want to, if we have the enthusiasm and the participants of people in the chapter, we could do one of these at every month. We don't want to go too crazy and like overstay or not overstay, but like wear out our welcome on the internet, and eventually people might not come as much if we do too many. But it's also, like you said, Stephen, practice. So whatever everybody thinks, I'd be happy to host. And now that I do know how to stream them live, we can do that off my computer.
I'd be a go. I have a different piece.
Sorry, go ahead, Stephen.
I'm sorry. No, you go.
Oh, just that I know that people watch the recording. So I got some emails saying that they loved it.
Great.
Able to see it on YouTube as well. So that's great. And also the suggestion of reading an excerpt if we're worried about copyright or if we're pitching the story somewhere else, that's a really good move, just to read an excerpt,
Yeah, absolutely. I forgot about like checking the recording after the fact to see how many people have viewed it on YouTube after the fact. I had to check out the number of views. Yeah, so Jason, I know I think when we talked about doing a reading in August for like Friday the 13th, you had expressed some interest, and then I know you were a little busy and we put the October reading together pretty last minute. So would you be interested in doing one in the future?
Yeah, I would do one. Sandwich me in between like better readers, but I would do one.
Cool. Okay. And I know like Tiffany had, she just joined and was at the meeting last month. She was interested. She was the one that I kind of stepped in for, and she's interested in reading. And let me just double check, make sure no one's, yes, someone is trying to join. All right, let me send Josh a quick, all right, don't click the link. What do we say, guys? Copy and paste. And you'll get in. Right, that worked for both of you to copy and paste the link instead of, I don't know what the heck happened.
Big firewall came down this time.
It might have something to do with, I think I told some of you guys this before, but like I had to purchase my own laptop because I used to use my company issued Pfizer laptop to do a lot of personal stuff, like on, obviously not on company time, but we were allowed to use our laptops for personal use. So, but with the whole COVID and people working from home, security is a lot tighter. So I had to get my own computer, and I'm almost wondering if maybe I set up the Zoom link on my Pfizer computer, like just not thinking, like just logged on to Zoom, and then it like created a firewall for you guys. Hi, Josh.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
Oh God, no, it's probably my fault with another technical issue, but I'm glad that.
No, I ran over with class a bit, about 15 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, we just got started. We are recording. There, a bunch of people can't make it, so I'm pretty sure this is all we're going to have for the rest of the night. And right now, we were talking about how awesome the October reading was, and how we definitely want to do more readings in the future, and just like what the frequency of them should be. Did you have any, not to put you on the spot since you just got here, but we all kind of chatted about it a little bit so far. Did you have any comments about how the last one went, or what you think would be like a good target date for the next one? I know Lauren brought up before we started recording how, what is it, January 19th is Poe's birthday, and we could do maybe a Poe inspired reading of HWA Rhode Island, where people could either read short fiction that they wrote that's influenced by Poe, or we could read, stuff of his that's in the public domain. So I don't know how I'm sure you probably into that.
Yeah, I thought that the reading was fantastic. I mean, I really liked the format. I thought it worked really well. Everybody's stories were great. I just thought it was just a smash. And I think that, if everybody's on board, I think maybe the more the better to some regard. Maybe necessarily even every month, but maybe every other month, or I don't know, if we have enough people and people feel like they want to read every month, we could maybe do something like that. But yeah, I mean, January would be great, especially falling on days like that. I really like that idea. I'd be up for doing reading some Poe. I mean, I've been doing that all year here, intensive study of Poe. So I'd be definitely interested in reading some Poe in particular. Or maybe I could be the Poe guy that reads and everybody else could read original fiction. I don't know.
I mean, I think you do a little bit of both. You could like read something short of Poe and some, an excerpt of something of your own that's inspired by. The 19th, if we wanted to do it on the actual date, is a Wednesday, which I don't really think is a problem if it's on Zoom. I know, like, I remember pre-COVID, Wednesdays were big book events at the Savoy and my local bookstore, just midweek, give people something to do, something to watch. So yeah, and before you joined, that was kind of exactly what I had said. Like, if people want to do them every month, I really don't think that'd be a problem. If people, we don't want to go too crazy and have people get like, oh, those HWA Rhode Island people are doing a reading again. They've done 12 in the last. But I think, even if one person came, it's practice. We're being active. I think it's a good. I think it just is a good message to send out to people that are interested in joining, that even, we're doing stuff. And
yeah, I just want to throw in there that I think it's really nice because, we're all really busy. We all have gigantic piles of things we want to read. And I think it's a nice way to to get an idea of what everybody's working on and what everybody's voice is like within the group. You know, I mean, for so long, I've been wanting to read so much of Jason's stuff, you know, for instance, and, you know, with this graduate program, it's like, I just have had hardly any time to read any fiction at all. So it would just be great to hear, you know, not only hear some fiction, but to hear the actual author read it and how the author would read it. And I don't know, I just would really like to, I think it'd be helpful even for that, you know what I mean? For practice, you know, obviously for the public, but for practice, plus to get an idea of the other group members' voices. I'd be really interested in that personally.
I think that's a great point. Awesome. All right. Well, I mean,
What about, probably maybe this is way too in advance, but Necronomicon, could we get a table or a reading going there, maybe?
I actually was supposed to have a homework assignment and reach out to Ken. Oh, no. Well, I have it written down in like I have my iPad where I can just copy and paste stuff from one month to the next very easily. So I keep bringing a small agenda list forward every month. And one of the things is so Ken Vaughn, who came to, I know you know him, he came to one or two of our meetings, and he's a little busy right now. But he works a lot with setting up stuff for NecronomiCon. So I will reach out to him because, I mean, it's November, we're going to blink and it's going to be January and the holidays will be over. And then it's going to be a quick push to the summer. And yeah, we should get, I mean, damn it, it's our state. We got to have a table if we're an HWA Rhode Island chapter now. So yeah, let me just get a little email up so I don't forget.
Yeah, I embarrassed the guys one year, Ken and the New England Horror Writers, because I dressed up as Ash from Evil Dead for Rhode Island Comic Con. So not too bad for them. I enjoyed it.
If they were embarrassed by that, then they're taking themselves way too seriously.
I think you were Wednesday Addams the same year.
Was that that year?
Yeah, I think so.
I was always like one of the very few people that dressed up with Aria, and I was just like, I don't care. I don't care that I was one of the few horror people, so I just felt like I was representing. Yeah, so do we definitely want to make January our next date, or do we want to try to do one more in between then to get some practice in? I mean, it might be hard with the holidays, but yeah, so I'll segue that with like, I kind of thought it would be nice to try to get some sort of get together holiday HWA Rhode Island chapter thing, but I also know like a lot of the people, like Jason and Steven, you guys are both local, but some of the more active people consistently are the people that aren't in the state, which makes sense a little bit because you guys are far away from us and you have to stay connected. But I got to check in with Aaron Beauregard because he was being super active, and then I know he's been busy doing promotions for his books. But Steven and Jason, would you guys be interested in, would you be interested in doing like a holiday get together, or do you think it would be a better use of our time to do an online reading instead of a holiday get together because more people could participate?
I'm open for either one.
Same.
So, whatever you think the numbers are better for.
Yeah, I mean, if you were going to do readings around holiday, I mean, you could even do like holiday themed readings. I don't do Christmas horror. I don't know, something about it I don't like, but not to offend anybody that does. But people could do Christmas horror readings. I tend to like the anti-Valentine's Day kind of readings, but that's just me. Probably because I'm not married, but anyway, but there's, you can do things like that, just ideas. But
yeah.
Also, I'm got Christmas party would be great. Curtis is going to be my next door neighbor pretty much now.
Oh,
so
that's so cool.
I can
That's
bring him
great.
wherever he wants to go.
All right. Well, I mean, why don't we try for both and just see what happens? I'll reach out I'll make one of those channels on Discord for the people that are local and see if anybody wants to get together. And then I'll put out feelers for a early December, like earlier, like we'll aim for it again, like well, it might be hard though, because there's not a huge number of people here right now. which doesn't necessarily mean anything. We could have people like chime in on Discord and say they want to do the reading, like Vicky probably will, Paul. So yeah, maybe I'll just harass those people and we'll try to do like so our next chapter meeting is December 16th on a Thursday. Maybe we should try for like what works better for people, the week of December 2nd or the week of December 9th. I mean, those are both Thursdays for a reading.
Probably a little later to help people prepare.
Okay, so maybe like Friday, December 10th or Saturday, December 11th.
Yeah.
Am I echoing to you guys or just to myself?
You're echoing a little bit.
One day, all of my technology will work the way it's supposed to.
It's not bad. Barely, at least over here.
Might have something to do with the fact that I just say things like that instead of actually trying to fix it. I'm just like, I wish that it would work well. And then I just cross my fingers and log on the next month. Alas. Okay, so Friday or Saturday, what did we do this past time? We did a Saturday. I think we had a good turnout on a Saturday. Do we want to do just Saturday, December 11th?
Sure. Are we going to try to do a new a batch of people this time, or what are we thinking with that?
I think whoever wants to do it. So like, if everyone on this call wants to do it, I mean, I'm not going to do it. I actually have nothing to read right now. I've worked so long on just the novel that I turned in at the end of October that I have nothing short fiction wise to read. So I'm completely fine with not doing one for a month or 2 or 4. So yeah, I know Lauren is excited to do a reading. I know Stephen wants to practice, and Josh, I know you've got like stuff coming out and tons of new stuff being published. So I'm sure you have stuff to read. And Jason said I could harass him into reading something. So I think we have 4 people right here. And I'm pretty positive Vicky will want to do it because I think the only reason she's great at readings. And I think the only reason she didn't do one this past time was because she was busy. And then I'll ask Paul and Tiffany, and maybe if we get like a huge amount of people, the other thing we could do is if we get a huge amount of people, we could do like 5 people Friday night, 5 people Saturday night.
Yeah, I'll just put out there too that if you need to bounce me from it, that's fine. Since I read last time, I mean, I'm happy to, I'm happy to be next in favor of somebody else. That's totally fine.
Oh no, I'm the alternate. That's decided already.
He did say that before you, Josh. I'll give him that. Okay, let's just play it by ear. I'll put something out on Discord. Where's my iPad? I'll just text myself.
So I'm still having severe Discord issues for some reason.
Really?
I apologize again for last month. I don't know what the deal was. So I'm trying to still get that figured out.
Okay, so I'm just looking. So you joined. Oh, okay, but you never did send a message. So it says ST3V3N. That was your name, right?
Yeah.
And it said you landed. And then what happens when you like try to get on the app and talk? Do you have to like re-enter your password or?
Yeah, it just never, I got in there and I couldn't do anything but get in. I couldn't like connect with anybody. I couldn't connect to like, the main page to see announcements. I couldn't do anything. Yeah.
All right.
I'm sure I'm doing something very wrong. I am extremely untech savvy. It's embarrassing. So I'll try to tackle it again when I have a moment.
Well, you usually get my Facebook messages, right? If I message you on Facebook, or do you do better with email?
Actually, since my my illness, my better half's illness, a few weeks ago, we actually haven't gotten back on Facebook yet. So I get your emails.
Okay, so I'll just keep in touch with you on email, and then Lauren, I know you're fine with Discord, right? Jason, how about you? Is it working for you?
No, but that's probably me. Yeah.
All right.
I'm probably even less tech savvy than Steve. At least he knows how to set up Discord.
Um,
I know, I'm sorry.
No, it's like, believe me, it's not easy. It's easy once you're like in it and it's all set up. It is like, I had some issues.
So when you did the Facebook reading last time, did you do like an event on Facebook?
No,
I'm
so
sure it-
Curtis actually set us up with the idea. So he uses StreamYard. And what I did was I created a StreamYard event and I posted about it on Facebook and everybody shared it. And I'm saying this for like your answer to your question, but also for my benefit. So I hopefully remember how I do it right the next time. So my mistake was that I shared the StreamYard link. What I should have done was just told everyone. So if you go to our YouTube channel, the StreamYard event like shot over to YouTube and just created a live event for us on our YouTube channel. And I think once, we all figured that out, it worked wonderfully. Like it was actually really cool. And then it just kind of stayed up. I unfortunately had to take down the live version because I couldn't edit it. And the first 4 minutes were me dropping F-bombs because I had put the wrong link on Facebook. You do not know that. I was like, I can't. And it wouldn't. So like, I guess sometimes YouTube will take up to 8 hours to allow you to edit a video, or sometimes it'll just let you do it right away. And of course, it like went the whole 8 hours overnight without letting me edit. And in the morning, it still wouldn't let me edit. And I was just like, at this point, people are going to be clicking on this link. Like I just took it down and I put it up again. So actually, the moral of that whole story is that like, whatever it says for views right now, we actually got a lot more views. It only started, the view count right now only started as of the morning after the live event because I had to just redo the whole thing. And then did anybody go to the HWA New York chapters event that like Gwendolyn Keist read at last week? So I logged on to that and I was just like, oh my God, this is so professional. It looked like the Stoker Awards, like where they've got like names flying onto the screen and like, graphics and people's faces. And I was just like, and then there's me with my 4 minutes of F-bombs. Like I gotta work.
We're working class. We don't need all that.
All right, well, I appreciate that. Like, oh my God.
We're Rhode Islanders in spirit, if not actually.
Thank you.
We have
But
a link to the new post, so I can link that to my Facebook and stuff as well. The new edited.
yeah, I
Come on.
think I put it in the email, the first email from the month of November, but I'll and it's also on our YouTube, but let me see if it comes right up. Halloween, Rhode Island, Halloween Eve readings. Oh, so we have 40 views. And like I said, that's only, starting the morning after. So we had at least, I want to say probably 20 more at least. Let me see, let me share. Copy link. And Steve, I will just send this to you right now since I already have a thread going with you.
Appreciate it. I'll put it on my Facebook, which is now Meta. I haven't been on it since it's been Meta, so I'll go back.
Cool. Yeah, so the very long rambling answer to your question, Jason, is that we use StreamYard to shoot a live, like it's like the platform for our live YouTube, our YouTube channel's live video. So yeah, I'd like to do that again, and we can just keep, then that way we can have all our, I will raise that point again since not all of you were here. So the weird thing about doing readings in the COVID age is that like, if we keep a recording up of our readings, everybody that does a reading has to be okay with if at any point anybody who participated in that reading wants the video to come down for whatever reason, like maybe they read something that had been published 3 years ago and they thought it was fine to be up on the internet, and then they saw a call that was perfect for the story and it accepted reprints, and they wanted to send it and they couldn't have it up on the internet anymore. So everyone that participates in the reading, you do so with like the disclaimer that if anybody wants it pulled down at any point, it gets pulled down. I think that's the only fair way to do it. That makes sense.
Or you just keep your audio rights.
Yeah.
But-
Is it, but so is it just even if it's on like video? I don't know. Some people have been like weird
I
about
keep-
it.
I generally keep all of that, yeah.
Okay. I mean,
But
yeah.
that's me. Yeah, some publishers try to take everything from you, so.
Right. But even like, I don't know, just let's say you read something and then I would like to hope that we're not going to get super picky like that. But like, if you read something and then you absolutely hate it, despise it, don't want, like, just, I think just if for ever any reason you want it taken down, like just everyone has to be cool with it.
I'm
And it's
cool.
not,
I wasn't objecting, I'm sorry.
no, I don't think you are. I was just beating a dead horse. For whatever reason that you want it to come down, it just, that'll be how it goes. So yeah, that will be December, and then we'll shoot for a January Poe reading, and we can talk about that at our December chapter meeting. And then if we were to do a get together, I would almost want to say it would have to be the same week as our chapter meeting, which might be tough. But maybe we could do, like, if we have our chapter meeting on a Thursday, we could do like Friday night pizza somewhere, or Saturday brunch. I don't know what people are into doing these days, if anything, as nobody goes out anymore with COVID. But yeah, I'll throw that on the Discord and see what everyone else says.
I'm open for going out.
Cool.
My Friday nights are open because my girlfriend has her indoor sports league teams on Friday nights. So,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I had COVID, and now I've had both vaccines and now the booster. So I think I'm pretty much invincible, hopefully, at this point. So
All right.
I go anywhere.
I've had those and a flu shot.
Oh yeah, I need to get my flu shot still. Forgot about that one.
My living girlfriend had COVID a couple of weeks ago, and knock on wood, I never got it. I
Wow.
stayed home, help her out, and take care of her. But I think I was so like pickled and fortified that
Strange times.
Yeah.
I do have one question before, if you're wrapping up or whatever. Anybody submitting anything to the HWA for jury consideration, or?
I think I was maybe gonna submit a short nonfiction piece. I wasn't gonna submit anything just because I don't think I've ever submitted anything but my collection. Oh, maybe I should have submitted a short story last year. I was going to submit my short nonfiction piece that got published by Nightmare only because I already saw it on the recommended reading list. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll use that as a springboard. But yeah, I haven't really thought about any of my short. I think I signed contracts for stuff this year that isn't actually going to get published until next year, which sucks. What about you?
I just submitted a short story, but I meant so I could, yeah, I guess if you're on the recommended list, I'll see it, so. But whatever else you got, if you want to send it over, if you're gonna be submitting,
Oh, yeah, that's.
happy to give it a look.
How does that work? Is there a tab on that page that you can, I think we talked about this before, didn't we, Christa, that there's some sort of a tab or something under it that you can click, or maybe that was the membership, I'm sorry.
No,
I don't
that's
think
fine.
I'm
That's,
familiar with this.
that's a good question. So you have to be a voting member well, I don't know, Jason, do you know, like, do you think people request stuff that aren't voting members? I mean, I think some people do just to like get familiar with the process, but basically if you can vote for selections once it goes to the preliminary ballot, people, I think it's a complicated process, but like there's a directory on the HWA website that has every willing member, like every member of the HWA who's willing to get material. They opt in to receiving material, and you can you can't do it in one email these days because there's such a long list of people. It's usually, I think it's like
Yeah.
4 emails that you would have to send out, but you blind CC the, a fourth of the HWA membership on each email, and you just send in, hey, I published this and I want to offer it up for consideration in the blah, blah, blah category. And then if people are if somebody is a voting member and they're interested in like getting a feel for what was published in that category and they haven't read your work, they can respond to you and ask for a copy. Although these days, more people are just putting the like links to stuff right in the email. So you don't even really have to request it from people anymore. Most everybody is just including like Mobi and PDF files right in the email.
And then you could also submit directly to the jury. So yeah, that's submitting to the jury is actually a lot easier than what Christa just. I really do what Christa described because it's just a pain in the ass, to be honest with you.
So I will just give the little caveat there. So you can certainly do it yourself. You can also, what am I trying to say? So like if you have a collection or a novel, like Jason, you said you submitted a piece of short fiction. So usually the author would just do that themselves, but you can also ask your publisher. I think it gets, I don't want to say it gets noticed more, but like publishers can submit to the jury on your behalf. They say, here is, Joshua Rex's collection or whatever. So that's an option. And then there's you can also post, I shouldn't just shoot from the hip on this because there are very strict rules, but we can look them up on the HWA website, or maybe I can look them up and put them in an email for people who are interested. But you can post a certain number of times on the HWA's Facebook page to like bring attention to your work that's eligible in certain categories. Is there any other way? There's the jury, the opt-ins, the posting, and the
email, and I think that's it. But you can do it if you make a preliminary list. You can do it again at that stage, or if you make a final ballot, I think you can do it again.
And you can also submit other people's work to the recommended reading list. I don't think you can submit your own work to that. That's like if you read something that you think is really wonderful and you want it to get more recognition, you should go to the list first and check. And if it's not already on there, because that doesn't work as like a tally thing. Like you can't go and say, oh, I see Christa's nightmare piece on there, I'm going to recommend it again, so it gets more. It's just like once it's on there, it's on there. But
it kind of does though.
No, if I'm wrong, please. I
it's getting
did not know
recorded,
that.
so I might get in trouble here. But yeah, it's like the jury selects 5 works, and 5 works come from the recommended list. And it's almost a popularity contest for the recommended list. So
okay, I did not know that. So that is very good to know.
Yeah, and since I'm not very popular, I just go right to the jury.
I don't think that's true. I think people like your stuff. But yeah, this is, I think, like I said, I was planning on doing the opt-in thing for my nonfiction thing. I will do a little email blast for our HWA Rhode Island members as an email. I think it'll be too much to put on Discord.
It's sort of the open market guy, I guess. I bring that up because now's the time to do it. And also the best of the year's anthologies. If you so Paula Garin does one with it's called Dark Fantasy and Horror. Best of the year's best dark fantasy and horror. And then also Ellen Detlow. Is it Ellen? Yeah, it's Ellen. Yeah, best horror of the year. So if you publish anything this year and you think it's worthy of her consideration, definitely get it over to her if your publisher hasn't already.
Yep.
Sorry, don't mean to.
No. But this is exactly what this time is for. I'm just making a list for myself of things. Stoker info email blast. Okay. What do we say? December 11th.
I think Shirley Jackson comes later, right?
I've never, like, Lauren's shaking her head yes.
Yeah. that one's complete jury.
Yep.
So yeah, of course they don't pick me, but I like them, and I agree with the works they pick every year. So it's yeah, I trust that jury.
Yep. Fair. All right. Poe readings, January 19th. Okay. So what time is it? We've got 10 minutes. The other thing, in addition to all of the wonderful information Jason just gave, does anybody want to say anything about like markets that are open right now, calls that have deadlines coming up, opportunities not related to Stoker Awards?
I just wanted to mention that I have something from Weird House Press. Well, I mean, it's kind of out now, but it's not officially for sale because I'm waiting for some things to go through. But they do have a call on their, well, I guess it's not necessarily a call, but on their submissions page on their website, they do have a thing that says send us manuscripts. So I'm just going to throw that out there. I don't know if anybody's interested in that, but I think it looks like they're trying to publish some more things. And I don't know if anybody wants to send anything over or check that out. It's there. And I know that, there aren't always publishers calling for collections and things. So it might be an opportunity for somebody.
What is it again, Josh?
It's a Weird House Press. The editor is Joe Morey, who used to run Dark Regions.
Too. And if you like weird fiction, Flame Tree has those excellent collections that they do. They have a call right now for weird fiction too, but it literally closes in 3 days. So if you've got something written, send it in. It's a beautiful collection.
Great, thanks for that. That's a great publisher. Yeah.
Yeah, they had one for an unthemed anthology as well, but that closed 4 days ago, so forget that one.
I actually have a copy of one of that book. I've never gotten into this anthology, but I wish I had beautiful these books are.
Yeah.
Find it.
Lauren, I know you already know about the Baba Yaga, and that one's female only, so you're the only other person that would need to know about that one. And then does anybody go ahead? Yeah.
And it's a nice hardcover anthology. And it's got this is chilling horror short stories. I saw one that had, it has classics in it, Poe and all that kind of stuff. Shirley Jackson, a bunch of, but then also some new authors. And so it's a beautiful book.
And their books also get into a lot of bookstores, like, the Village in Mystic, Connecticut. Like there are a couple little like witchy and like Halloween themed stores in there that have, seemingly no connection to indie horror. They just have like pretty big horror stuff in there, like nice bound versions of books. And I've seen the Flame Tree Press anthos in there, which is really cool.
Hey, Christa, speaking of which, I can't remember the name of the store now, the one with the whale out front, Mystic. What the hell's that called? Right on the corner, across from Mystic Pizza, kind of diagonal. I can't think of the name.
Hold on, I'm blanking on it too. Hold on.
You know the place I mean, though? You've been in there, I'm sure.
Yep.
Do you know what the horror situation's like in there? Because I've been thinking about, when I moved back to the area, about different places we could read. And I was wondering about places like, some of these small bookstores like this that we could maybe support and might support us.
Bank Square Books.
Bank Square Books. Yeah, I was going to say Books on the Square, but I know that's the Providence one.
So, and I'm really embarrassed that I couldn't think of that because they are actually owned by what's kind of a weird situation. They're mostly owned by the same person that owns the Savoy in Westerly.
Is that, did that used to be the Other Tiger, or is the Other Tiger long gone? Or?
The Other Tiger is long gone.
Is it? Okay. I'm probably showing my age on that one.
No, that was the bookstore. I think when I first moved back to Westerly, it was just like going under, and it was because I was so depressed. I was like, I moved back to Westerly from Boston, and there's not even a bookstore in this town. What is this shit? But then the Savoy like sprang up from the ashes of the Other Tiger. So
What is the Savoy? Where is that in Westerly? I've never been there.
You have not been there?
No, I didn't. I remember you talking about it, but I haven't seen it. Where is it? Is it right in the downtown area?
Yeah, it's right across from the train station.
Oh, okay. All
And
right.
it's just a lovely, lovely, lovely bookstore. Like it's just beautiful. Very, it kind of almost looks like the inside of a very elegant old train station. And the, gorgeous tile floors and these big, beautiful shelves. And they have a really wonderfully curated selection. And yeah, when they're not doing any events still because of COVID, which is very sad, but they used to do tons of events. So I think when they are doing live events again, I think it would be, I don't want to say easy, but I think it would be easy to have a conversation with them about having an event. I don't know anything about like what kind of backlog or schedule, what kind of situation they're going to have with readings going forward, but I can't imagine that they wouldn't want to host a group of Rhode Island horror writers. So I'm also friends with one of the people that works there. So I have fair confidence that she would want to. I've actually been telling her to come to these meetings because I think we can absolutely, it's HWA, but by all means, like dark fantasy and dark science fiction writers, I think can absolutely feel at home here. And she does a little more dark fantasy than like straight horror, but I think we could absolutely have some stuff in common with writers like that, for sure. Yeah, so I mean, we're kind of coming up on time, but we got started late. So if Lauren, do you have anything you wanted to bring up or talk about?
Little thing to mention, if it's appropriate, I'm still getting used to how this works, but I'm in the Generation X Dark Ink anthology that's being released in January, and Rebecca Rowland was looking for reviewers who are interested. So if you're interested in reviewing, if you have a Goodreads site or something, just write to me, email me, and I'll send you all the bits on the email that she sent to me. So she said, if anyone knows any reviewers, and I just thought I'd mention it because I think a few of us might be Generation X here.
Lauren, I'm a
really
Goodreads
good
reviewer, so you can send it to me. I'd be interested for you.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, I'll let her know too. She'll be very happy to hear that. Thank you.
And
No
Lauren,
problem.
I think that's totally appropriate to throw on
Okay.
Discord too. I'm sure there might be another couple people that would be interested. I would love to take you up
Cool.
on it, but I just agreed to review something for someone else, and that's probably more than I can.
I get it. And it's not released until January, and she's okay with them trickling, she has no pressure from anybody, and we're just happy to have attention on it because it is a pretty cool collection for us.
Awesome. What kind of piece did you write for it? Something like with word count, tone, what?
What was mine? I think it was under 4,000, and I use it's New England Gothic, set in was it the late 80s and on
Cool.
a New England campus.
Very
So,
cool.
and I used the image from Macbeth of Burnham Wood moving to Dunsinane, but have Burnham Wood in Connecticut. Like I kind of messed around a little bit and it worked.
Awesome.
So, yeah, thank you.
Jason, can I ask you again really quick? What was the publication you mentioned that was the book that you showed us?
Oh, that's Flame Tree Press.
Flame
Yeah.
Tree. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's up to 5,000 words, short fiction. Weird fiction though.
Thank you.
Anything else we want to throw out there before we call it a night? All right. Well, I will follow up with Ken about NecronomiCon. I'll send out a little email with StokerCon info, and we'll get talking about our December 11th reading.
Good to see you guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
have a lovely Thanksgiving. Hopefully you either, Lauren and I were talking about this before people joined, like if you have time off and you want to use it to write, I hope you have the most productive time off ever. If you have time off and you need to like take a mental break, I hope you enjoy that as well.
I get Wednesday and Friday off. So
Wednesday.
I'll
Oh,
order
in
that next-
addition to Thursday.
yeah.
I was like Wednesday and Friday, not Thursday.
Tuesday,
That's
Fridays,
nice.
but we got Wednesdays this year too.
Nice.
So
That's great.
Very nice.
all right, guys, have a good night.
Nice to see
You
you.
too.
All right,
Bye,
guys. See you
everyone.
later.